What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Steven. This is Steven in Stereo, and in today's video, 5 Seconds of Summer are going to continue to give us that full, complete mess feeling. They are pushing this single so hard, and I'm absolutely here for it because I want to see this song take off so that the album takes off and they continue to get the credit that I feel they deserve. We're going to be checking out the acoustic version here. Looks like it's filmed just based off this little screen grab that it's filmed maybe in a studio, maybe in a house in a desert. I can't quite tell. The colors are trippy because that's what we're doing right now. I gotta say that I love Calm so much, and I felt in that, pushing off of the success of Youngblood, I really felt like they were developing that experimental sound even more. And when I say experimental, I mean they're just like really good at pushing genres in the direction of 5 Seconds of Summer. They can take a genre, blend it up a little bit, add a spice to something else, and continue to roll with it, all while keeping some of those like pop punk feels vocally and stuff. At the same time, their vocals have been taking a whole nother life form of their own. I feel like, especially with Callum and Michael, it's been amazing to hear what they were doing. So I'm really excited to dive into this. Before we do, I don't do sponsorships. It's not really my thing. I don't believe in trying to sell you guys a bunch of shit. So I rely on my Patreon supporters in order to, keep the channel thriving, keep things happy, and keep my dogs fed. So I like to do a lot of exclusive content over there. I will be posting there Tuesdays and Thursdays moving forward, various styles of content over there, but I have a lot from 5 Seconds of Summer. I would sit here and name it all, but it would be too much. But I did do the 10-year anniversary little movie thing that they made. I did a full uncut album reaction to that, as well as How Did We End Up Here, the 5 Seconds of Summer movie, which was amazing. I've done Carpool Karaoke. I think I did Cocktail Chats. I did the 5 Seconds of Summer tour diaries. Like, there's a lot over there. So if you guys want to support my channel, it really means the world to me, and get access to all of that, link is in the description. All things out of the way, let's dive in to Complete Mess. Acoustic.
Caught up in heaven, but your heaven ain't the same. And I've never been a saint, have I? This evanescence always fleeting like a flame.
God damn, I don't know how he does it.
Never want to change, am I?
You ever notice that, like, there's those artists that, like, their vocals, whether in a studio or acoustic, whatever the case may be, it's just like, it's such a natural approach. And even though it sounds so amazing, it sounds effortless. That's what I always think about Luke's vocals. He never has to strain. It's just like everything happens so naturally. It's almost like the flow of emotion from the lyrics that he writes just comes straight from the heart, and it just happens to manifest in a perfect note. And that is the angelic beauty of Luke.
Call it a lesson when I feel you slide away. I'm missing out.
One more. Give me that.
I'm missing, I feel you slide away.
One more.
Call it a lesson when I feel you slide away.
Woo.
I'm missing out on half my life.
Let's go.
Oh, you make me complete. You make me complete.
I'm gonna fucking kiss you. Please tell me that you guys are just like worshiping that high like range that Michael is singing in this part. It harmonizes so well with Luke. And again, it's just been so amazing to see the journey of Michael and his vocals, because I feel like I've always been obsessed with the pop punk approach that he has. I'll say it every single video because I don't give a fuck. He is my pop punk king. However, I feel like in the more recent albums, and definitely with this era, he has, like, you can tell that he has been mastering that craft. He works on it. And, I will always give appreciation and praise to artists who continue to push themselves, the limits that they are able to like to push and to achieve with their vocals, because just because you're at the top doesn't mean that that's the only top. You can continue to push that ceiling further. And I just feel like, when we finally get Michael Clifford 1, whatever that solo album will look like, I think we're going to be in for such a treat.
You make me a complete mess. Hang on to moments like they'll never drift away.
Yes.
'Cause you'll never get to say goodbye. I ask no questions as your colors take their hold. As my darkness turns to gold inside.
God, the emotion in Callum's voice.
I learned my lesson when I felt you slip away.
Listen to Michael back
I
there.
learned my lesson when I felt you slip away.
Yes, Daddy.
Missing out on half my life.
So can I just say one thing, since we're looking at the perfection of Ashton here? I do feel like, I know this is an acoustic track, and I know that usually means that Ashton has to do something a little bit different. He's hitting us with the tambourine here. One of my favorite things about the studio version of Complete Mess is that the drums are so intense. Like, I feel like Ashton's personality radiates through those fucking toms, through those snares. He just gives us I think what it does is it's a balancing act, because the music itself is like soft and it's kind of flowing, but then these drums come in and it brings an intensity to that atmosphere and like pushes that song to the next level. So it makes me a little bit sad that, like, obviously he can't play drums on the acoustic track. It would be a little bit too hard. It would become a metal song really fucking quick. I'm glad they got him with the tambourine here and some backing vocals, but you know what? I'm just glad that he's here. Yeah.
You make me complete. You make me a complete mess. Oh, you make me complete. You make me complete. You make me a complete mess. Ooh.
Okay. The control. Oh my God.
Sure, heaven ain't the same, but I've never been a saint, have I?
Dude, it's just, he literally just has to breathe and I'm just like a puddle. But you know, maybe it's because of that, you know, emo and pop punk and alternative background that he's always incorporated into his sound. Personally, look at 5 Seconds of Summer, you know, first couple of tours, you know, he had the fucking like scene hair and everything. Like, he's always like been that voice in the band. And then of course with Jet Black Heart, which is 5 Seconds of Summer's best song. It's just like so many feels happening. And so as he continues to like work on his voice, it always makes me like stoked to see people that are like from like that alternative scene and from, you know, the influences of pop punk and all those things, be able to push themselves into like more creative outlets in like bigger moments in their careers. And like, obviously with Youngblood and with Calm, we saw those things, but Michael really is taking a rocket ship to his next level. And so I think the album itself is going to have a lot of moments that we just sit back and just fan our faces, because God damn it, Michael.
Complete mess. Caught up in nothing, but sure heaven ain't the same, but I've never been
That attitude when he sings that. I love that. I love that at the end they weren't quite sure were we just gonna end it. There's like a little bit of like a back away, like, all right, we're done. You know, this band is just, I don't know. To me, I'm always going to be a fan of a band that continues to push themselves, and this band shows that time and time again with every era. At the same time, they're fucking hilarious, and I feel like that outlook on life, like that ability to just like have fun in everything that you do, is one of the reasons that I think so many people are captivated by this band. You know, they put on an amazing live show, anything that I've ever seen from them as far as tours and stuff, like they give you 150% of their energy every single night. And you can tell that they're just like never satisfied. They're always pushing themselves a step further. This album, in my opinion, is going to be something great because, you know, the last 2 albums have been like genre defying, especially when it comes to that like pop rock space. I feel like there are bands that are very big in that space, but the approach that 5 Seconds Summer takes to the music that they're bringing is really beautiful. They're always looking at different eras of music to kind of like inspire their next creative endeavor. And at the same time, there's been, you know, obviously with the pandemic and stuff, there was a lot of quiet. I think that those of us that were on Twitter waiting to hear something from the band, you would go months without hearing anything. And then, you know, you'd see them back together for a little bit, and then months would go by, you wouldn't hear anything. And then, you know, they dropped their 10-year anniversary special. That was really important to everybody because, one, you know, as a fan group, everybody wants to celebrate that moment with the band. At the same time, you know, we just missed them. Like, everybody just missed them. And like I said, it was cool to see the rollouts of some of the solo albums, but man, you just fucking like, when you like members of a band so much because of their personalities, and then their personalities just like aren't there for so long, it sucks. Them coming through with the rollout of the single, I know that if you're a fan of this band, you got to be happy at the fact that they are pushing this. A lot of times people will put a song out and then that's about it. You know, these days with the internet and with the way that we roll out music, it's so quick to just drop a song and move on. I can tell that they care a lot about this song. I can tell that they want this to kind of like be the young blood of this album. Whereas, you know, let's get a single out there. Let's promote it, because like half the time where people are dropping shit, but like we want them to promote it. Put out the single. Great. It's fucking amazing. The music video. Great. It's beautiful. Do some late night shows. Yes, it's perfect. Give us an acoustic song. This is kind of the algorithm for success right now. The next thing I see, I'm going to call it, even though like they're not like, I would say that throughout their career, they haven't done like a lot of features and collaborations. It's not really always been their move. I think we've seen obviously the Chainsmokers, 1OK, but I feel like it's possible that the song will get some sort of a feature, just because I feel like that's kind of what music does in the last couple of years. But I am interested to see, because I don't know what they would do with that or who they would get. Actually, Phoebe Bridgers would be sick on this song, just because she has that atmospheric voice. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Who you guys think would be a good feature for this track, because that would be interesting. Anyways, I'm so glad they have the acoustic one though, because one of the things that I really admire about them is anything they do in like a studio setting, because you get to see a lot of their personalities come out. I also like the little change ups in like that Luke was giving us in these notes. Like, it's such small changes, but they really work to add more atmosphere and like change up the dynamic a little bit in this acoustic song. So overall, I'm just so glad to see them working and promoting. And that means, you know, obviously they postpone their tour a lot of times, but the tour is actually going to happen. They're working on the tour. We're going to see 5 Seconds Summer in 2022 come out and hit their stride that I feel like they didn't get to have with Calm. You know, this is my last little rant and then I'll shut up. Bands during the pandemic rolling out albums, we appreciate it. We loved it, because for so many of us, we did absolutely nothing during that pandemic besides listen to music. Or I'm thankful for you guys, because I was able to make these videos and y'all wanted to watch them, and now we're friends. But when you put an album out during a pandemic, yeah, the album will make money, but like most of that money goes everywhere but you. Like, there's a lot that goes into an album. So you make all your money on merch, on tours, on being able to promote it, doing interviews and talk shows and things like that. So basically, to drop an album in the pandemic is to, you know, set it up for a struggle. It's a little bit of a struggle. They did not get to do the things with Calm that they should have been able to do. Calm was successful, but I think Calm would have been another level of successful if they would have been able to do that. But it was a pandemic and they were being responsible, and so it makes sense that they weren't able to do that. I think that with Complete Mess and with the album that comes along, they're finally going to get a chance to promote it the way that Calm, like, give it the love that Calm should have got. And I think that if you are a fan of this band or a fan of music in general, this is a moment that you stand up and applaud for them, because they do deserve this. They work their asses off. They're good people. And I think that we are going to be in for a treat. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Again, tell me a feature. I feel like I really want to know what everybody's opinion on a good feature for this track is. Who knows? Maybe they'll see it and maybe they'll be like, yeah, we should call Phoebe Bridgers. That would be a cool collab. She'd be down to do that. I don't know. Make sure you guys check me out on Patreon. Like I said, I don't do sponsorships. Fuck all that shit. But I do rely on you guys to support me over on Patreon. So thank you guys so much for all of your love and support. I will see you in the next one. Peace.